Morning guys, welcome back to another episode. Day 5 of peak week. We are closing in on the weekend. So after doing Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, low food or lowest food, we had a little increase in food yesterday. We are ready to load today. So today is a day, guys. I've just got my computer up here, which I'm just going to show you what the plan is for today. So, let's see. Right, weighed in this morning. Body weight was up slightly from yesterday, only by 0.3. Just because of the extra food that went in yesterday. You know, I double the amount of fats, basically an extra like 175 gram of carbs extra yesterday. So plan for today, macro wise, we are on 250 gram of protein, 1045 gram of carbs, and 90 gram of fat. Comes to about 6,000 calories for today. Spread across 6 meals. Luke's given me the blueprint for the 6 meals and the timings that I need to eat at, which is very helpful because it means I can just follow that to an absolute T. I love detail and intricacies and doing things to the playbook as best I can. So any little things like timings, you know, when to eat, I will follow to an absolute T. 1.5 gram pink salt per meal. We're going with 5 gram of vitamin C today instead of 4 gram yesterday. So a bit more, just because obviously as the carbs go in, you're going to start to hold a bit of water, which we don't really want. We still want that dry, hard look. So we don't really want to hold on to too much water. We want to get rid of it. And then 4 servings of Peak Max today, going in at meal 1, 2, 4, and 5. 6,000 steps, so only doing about 1,000 between meals, just for digestion, really, just to make sure digestion's on point. If I can keep it at 6, that is ideal. Luke said like 5 to 7, but he wants it at the low end, as little steps as possible, really. No cardio today. I'm training pull today as well, so this will be my 5th training session in a row, which is unheard of, but you know, we're not going to that same intensity as you would with a normal week of training, so we can allow us to just continue training daily. And that's kind of the plan today. So I'm going to take you through every meal today. I might throw some training in, but today is predominantly going to be food related, as I want to show you that. It's not going to be kind of like one of my other high days, you know, where I'm going to go through everything in large amounts of detail. I'll just set the camera up like this and go through each meal as it comes out. But realistically, if I go to my high day, just to show you, just to give you a rundown of what the food is looking like in terms of food sources. We've kind of, like I've said before, we've trialed this across a few high days that we've done in the past. So we've kind of got this down to a T now, where, you know, digestion's on point and everything. So majority of carbohydrates are coming from jasmine rice today, which are 5 of my meals are jasmine rice, 150 grams dry weight. I've also got 9 square bars going in today, I think. Let's see, 3, 6, 7, yeah, 9 square bars. And then we got additional carbohydrates, so like the strawberry conserve, which I've been using all the time. And then one meal I've got cereal, this new French toast cereal that Luke found. I'm going to be trying out that, so I'm pretty excited about that today, to be fair. Normally I go for Cocoa Pops, but we're trying this different cereal which he's dropped off for me at the gym, so I'm going to collect that when I go and train. That'll be my post-workout meal. That is with whey and 2 square bars and some almond milk. If you're doing cereal in a high day as well, use almond milk, the no added sugar one, but add stevia to your almond milk with the whey. It's a very, very good combination. It works really, really well. So that's that. And then protein wise, we're looking at 3 meals with whey, 2 meals with chicken and 1 meal with cod. Very, very low volume of protein today. Fats, peanut butter across the board. If any of them are additional fats, only in 2 meals, my meal 1 and meal 6. And that's it, guys. A bit of whenever Luke puts in like 30 grams of ketchup, I always do 15 grams of jam, just because I don't really like using the full sugar ketchup, so I just get the carbs from jam instead, which I'll put on the rice, which is a belter combo as well. But that's the plan for today. So pull this morning. I'm going to train after 2 meals, which I've never done before. Luke wants me training after 2 meals because I think he wants to have a look at me, obviously, with some food in and with a pump. So we're going to have a meal at 6 a.m. It's currently 20 to 6. So actually I need to eat now. I need to put some rice on. Yeah, we're going to eat at 6 and then eat at 9 and then train at about 9:45. Got a haircut today at 11:15, so I'll go and do that. And then when I get home, it'll be time for meal 3, which will be the cereal meal. So I will obviously keep you updated during the day, but that's the overall plan. Very much feet up today, relax. I need to pack for tomorrow. That's today's job. I've saved it for today. I didn't really want to do it over the last few days. Like I said yesterday, I just want to get it done in an hour or 2. I know I've got a list of what I need to pack, and I've got everything, so I just need to literally put it in bags. But it's going to be a case of taking my crate that I use for my private chef work, and then I'll probably take like 3 bags as well, literally just for 2 days. But I'd rather take more than less and have everything I need and not be stressed out knowing that I've left stuff at home. I'm going to prep chicken today as well for today's meals and for Saturday and Sunday. So I've got about 1 kilo of chicken in the fridge ready to go in, which I'll put in now. But yeah, we're going to get the day started, guys. Follow along. Today's high day. Let's feed the body and start to just finalize this look. The body's ready to eat after those 4 days of lowish food. The body is ready to, and fueled up to eat some food. So today's going to go down really well. Just got to make sure we keep the meals spaced out, which is why I'm having my first meal at 6 and my last meal at 9 p.m. Make sure we're not putting meals on top of meals, in space of an hour. You don't really want to do that. They're large meals, so you've got to give body time to adjust and digest, because obviously we've just done 4 days of low food, so it's still going to be a bit of a shock to the system with all these carbs going in. And get ready for the carb sweats on every single meal today. I'm probably going to be as hungry as ever because the body's going to be working twice as hard to digest this food. But yeah, looking forward to it. Rest up for literally the next 2 days. Chill out. Get the mind ready. I've been watching. I'm not a massive classic fan, but when it comes down to like Chris Bumstead and the guys at the top, I am fans of that. Big fan of Chris, always have been. We went to see him when he competed in Prague in the open show. That was insane, probably one of the best bodybuilding shows I've been to. Crazy atmosphere and just insane to see him on stage in person. Nuts. So I've actually been watching his Olympia preps from like 5 or 6 years ago when Ian used to coach him, and obviously moving to like Hanny and stuff. So that's been really cool, just to take in the mindset and everything and kind of get my mind ready for show day as well, because obviously it filmed the whole preparation of show day weekend, and that's, you know, the process that I'm exactly going to go through. So I just wanted to get my mind in a good place, and who better to watch than Chris when it comes down to mindset and just absolute tunnel vision focus. So that's been cool. Probably watch a bit more of that today. Basically just chill out and crack on with the day. So we'll catch up later, guys. Get ready for some carbs. Great start to this high day. Forgot to film meal one. Well, it's already gone. I had to prep the chicken, so I've done shredded chicken. If you want to know how to do the shredded chicken, cook your chicken breasts either oven or air fryer. Make sure they're just cooked. So I did in the air fryer 190 for 17 minutes on one side, flip them over, 17 minutes on the other side. That's for pretty. It came in a kilo pack, 3 breasts in the kilo pack. So probably looking at like just over 300 gram per breast. That cooking time is pretty much bang on. Save the juices, use the juices in the shredded chicken, and then use an electric whisk. That's what I do anyway. Use an electric whisk to shred up the chicken. Done my rice for the day, so total rice cooked was 750 grams dry weight, spread across 5 meals, because we got 1 cereal meal. So I just had my first feeding, which was 150 grams of jasmine rice, 30 grams of whey. I did a mix between 2 of the designer wheys from ESN, the Stracciatella and the vanilla, which is probably my favorite mix. Such a good combo. And then 25 grams of peanut butter and 50 grams of jam. Basically, I love this meal so much. It's basically like a rice pudding meal when the whey gets into the rice. Really good. 1.5 gram pink salt. And then I've had my Peak Max, just having my 1 gram vitamin C to start the day. And then we'll wait until about 9 o'clock, have meal 2, and then I'll be in the gym for about 9:45. So with these obviously feedings now, digestion is going to be on point, hopefully, and I'll be able to train pretty much straight after, or leave it a bit and then go and train. So that's where we're at. Meal 1 done. I will show you meal 2. Hopefully I remember. So I just got up from a nap, well, 40-minute nap, which was nice. Didn't have the best sleep last night. I was up literally every half hour going to the toilet, so just interrupted sleep, having to try and get back to sleep, kind of waiting for the morning to start. Because that's probably the most annoying part about being in prep, is the amount of times you have to go to the toilet. Because obviously we're trying to get rid of water through the day, and obviously that happens during the night as well. So my naps are actually better than my sleep, I feel. I feel like my 40-minute nap is actually more productive than my 5 hours of sleep. So before I just run through caffeine intake, just because I'm having my second double espresso for the day, because I had my first one about 4:30. It's about 9:15 now, so I'll have this before my second meal. In terms of caffeine intake through the day, 1 or 2 coffees, 1 or 2 monsters, usually just 1. If I ever have 2, it's because I've had a monster early, and I'll have another monster at about 3, depending on how I feel. It hasn't affected sleep or anything in terms of caffeine intake, and that's pretty much it. I don't have stim pre-workouts, don't like them. Yeah, last time I had like a stim pre-workout was probably when I was about 17 or 18. Trialed one. I took my first ever pre-workout I took was Curse, which was strong, to say the least. I don't think they do it anymore, but it had so much beta-alanine in that me and my mate used to take it on the bus back from college, because we went to the gym straight after college, and the itchiness that it used to give you in your head was insane. So I tried another one later on, like a few years later. It sent me straight to the toilet, and I couldn't actually train. I had to miss the training session because of it. And ever since then, I've never taken a stim pre-workout. So I always take pump pre-workout. I always have a double espresso pre-workout and a pump, and that does me absolutely fine. I don't really like how the stims make you feel. They make you feel a bit out of, like, not in control, and I like to be in control when I'm in the gym. I don't really struggle with getting hyped up or aggression or anything like that. That comes from honestly just passion and the want to be there. I don't think you should kind of rely on stim pre-workouts. I think you should try and train as normal as you can, because you're probably going to get better sessions in, instead of going in, having a stim and kind of being off your face for an hour. And that's really my caffeine intake. So 2 espressos, 1 or 2 monsters. That's about it. So we're going to wait a bit, drink this, and then we'll get meal. I'll show you what meal 2 is. Meal 2 going in, guys. 9 o'clock on the dot. We have 200 grams of chicken. Shaky hands. 200 gram chicken, which is the shredded chicken with a bit of ketchup on. And then we got 150 grams dry weight rice with 15 grams of jam instead of the ketchup. And then I've got 3 square bars. We've got 1 of the caramel chocolate, and then 2 of the chocolate ones. Nice meal. That goes in with Peak Max and another 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. This will be our pre-workout meal. So I'm going to train, get to the gym for 9:45 and get a session out. I can't wait to train, to be honest, because I'm kind of spending a bit less time in the gym, which obviously I've got the bike here, but I haven't done cardio in 2 days. So I've only been going to the gym once and only been spending an hour there. I'm actually more excited to go to the gym. Normally when I've been training, at the start of prep, when I had my routine and I was doing cardio at the gym, I was training, I was spending 4 or 5 hours there. And it's a lot of time, if you're doing that every single day. So to split it up and do cardio here and then go and train, and since I've limited my training time, it's been really nice and refreshing actually, to spend not as much time in the gym, but when I'm there, it's like Christmas Day every day. So really looking forward to getting a session in today, and it's the last one, so I won't train now till probably Monday or Tuesday. So I'm gonna miss it, but we've got a job to do. So gonna get this in, and you'll probably see me next training. So in for pull pump this morning. These are all the movements. So first one in, we've got a rope pullover, 3 sets of 10 to 12 on here. The first movement, so just pushing as much blood as I can into my lats, getting them warm, but also bringing some intensity in, trying not to stretch too much to cause too much damage, and basically just help pull the blood in those lower lat region. Into first pull down, which is single arm nitro. Again on here, try not to stretch too much, and basically just get some consistent reps out. Make sure the reps are one after each other and not pausing too much. Just getting the set done, and taking it to the point where I start to feel a bit of pain, start to feel a bit of more so stretch on the lat as we get closer to failure, but not reaching failure. We don't want to break down any sort of tissue now. Then moving into single arm hammer row, one of my favourite movements at the moment. Looking forward to load this up in the off season for sure, because it's got those 2 pins you can see, which you can load both sides of the row. So you probably fit about 6 or 7 plates on there if you wanted to. Really like this in terms of the stretch. Really pulls you away, pulls that lat away. So 10 to 12 on here. 3 sets again on here. So doing a single arm. for now, and it's really comfortable with the standing as I'm standing. Really good. Upper back row, again, a favourite piece of mine with the prime. Just loading the middle here, nothing too crazy, just getting a really good contraction of the upper back. One set of 8 to 12, one set of 15 to 20, so I did 4 plates for 8 to 12, 3 plates for 15 to 20, really simple. Just went in 2 sets, went out. This session took me about an hour, tops, on here to get everything done and finalised. And then our last kind of like rear delt back movement was just the 3 sets of 12 to 15 on here. Just pump work, just getting those rear delts fired up. Something I'm going to have to try and do before stage, because it gives a good 3D look and makes me look a lot thicker in the upper region, you know, on my side shots, on my rear shots. So we'll put that into the pump up before stage for sure, some sort of rear delt movement. And then 2 bicep movements, which I'm doing superset, so 3 sets of 10 to 15. Preacher curl, dual arm here, nothing too crazy, just bringing again some blood into the biceps. Pretty boring work right now. I know I say the same thing on every movement, but that's what it is. We're just kind of trying to create as much pump as possible, and then a simple old school alternate dumbbell hammer curl to finish us off. But I did superset these, so back and forth, no rest between sets, just going to the point where it really hurts and then stopping. Can take these to failure. I haven't really noticed any sort of pain. Recovery's been quite good, so that's it. So guys, just got back from training, pull day done, haircut done. Kind of had to rush back a bit because I had to get a meal in, and it was running a bit late. Luke's giving me the meal timings for today, so that'll be like the only meal that will be out of time. I think I was like 45 minutes late for that, just because I was waiting to get a haircut, and the meal was at home. I had to go and buy almond milk, but I've just eaten it, so I'm not doing a very good job at this documenting high day, just because the thing that's on my mind is getting the meals in, to be honest, and just completely forgot to document. But we had Luke got me some of this French toast cereal, which was banging, really nice. It was like golden nuggets but better, but like an American style. That was really good. We had 300 mils of almond milk, no added sugar, with 1 scoop of the designer whey, which I use the vanilla milk, always with cereal, vanilla milk. And then we had 2 square bars as well. So we had the chocolate one, and then I actually tried a new one, which was the, let's see if I can show you this, which was the honeycomb chocolate, which was really good, to be fair. I've just bought about 6 packs of square bars, so absolutely raided the supermarket. So if you're in Prenton and you go to the Sainsbury's for square bars, don't go, because they're all gone. So we've got a meal in about an hour and a half, because obviously that one was slightly late. We've got to eat again at 3, and then at 6, and then at 9. So I've got 3 meals left, which I'm hoping to remember to show you. But to be honest, you know, they're all the same. Realistically, it's just higher carbs, square bars, 2 square bars with each meal, pretty much. My next meal is the same as my meal pre-training, which was the chicken, slightly less chicken, rice, jam, and 2 square bars, not 3. So I will show you that meal, just to keep you updated. But the plan now is to do absolutely nothing. I'm not leaving my flat until I have to leave tomorrow to go and pick Luke up. I don't really want to leave. I'm just going to stay at home. I don't have to go outside for steps. I can do steps in here, just get 5-10 minutes in between meals. I'm already on 3,000 steps for the day, so realistically I only need to do about 2,000 or 3,000 left, if anything. Definitely not more than that. I need to send Luke a check-in after meal 5, just to see how the fullness is going and see what the look is, because obviously now he's going to keep tabs on me in terms of how I'm looking. He had a look at me this morning after training, just to see how those 2 meals went in, see what the fullness was like, see what the hardness was like, and pictures were good. It's crazy how much the physique changes in the last week. You know, when you start to pull output, pull cardio, take away steps, your body just starts to freshen up. It starts to fill out. Even if when you're on a bit of low food, it starts to just come back to life. You know, obviously legs are really starting to come in now, and they'll just continue to do so because I'm not doing anything. You know, steps are way down, no cardio. I had my last leg session on Tuesday, so they'll be fully recovered by Saturday. They're not sore at the moment, to be honest. I've got a bit of a sore calf, but that's about it. And we had our last training session today, so it's now for the rest of the day today, the whole day tomorrow, and the start of the day on Sunday is just rest, as much as I can, and try and keep stress down as much as possible, which I've done very well at. To be honest, this week I've really forced myself to just stay at home. It's where I'm most comfortable. If I'm going out, it's for steps, or it's to go to the shop, and that's it. I haven't done anything else, and I haven't wanted to do anything else. You know, this is it's a massive priority for me. You know, it's a priority over work for me, to be honest. You know, so that's why I've taken this week off. I still done my client work at the start of the week, but that slows down at the end of the week, because obviously normally I would do my private chef work at the end, so all my check-ins are done for the week, and now it's just about replying back to clients, which I do daily, with either training footage feedback or just general chat about the plan, and if they have any questions regarding anything, it's just about going back and forth on the phone. So very easy to do whilst we are home based. So it's me now just chilling out. I'm just watching some Jay Cutler, what was it, A to Z?
My door.
Which I've watched for so many times, but it's the 7-hour video, so probably watch that for the next 7 hours. No, I'm joking, but yeah, that's the plan. So 3 more meals to have, a few more steps. I need to pack at some point as well. That is something I'm kind of looking forward to, because it means it just finalises the countdown. You know, when you start packing and start putting stuff away and getting ready, you know, it's like, okay, this is actually happening now. It still feels like it's just a normal day, you know, a normal day in prep for me, because whether I'm in prep or the off season, wherever I'm 2 days out, or I'm, you know, a year, 14 months out, you know, it's a lifestyle for me, so nothing really changes, I think, which is why my stress levels are so low, because for me I'm just living my life. I'm just, you know, it's not like a massive change to my routine, even if I'm 2 weeks out. You know, it's still just the same stuff, still just bodybuilding, still eating 6 times a day. You know, it doesn't really, the process doesn't faze me, and I obviously, you know, as I've said before, I love the process. So, you know, I'm looking forward to it. Really, I'm looking forward to it. Just to get back up on stage and showcase what, you know, we've been working for over the last, well, the whole of 2024 in terms of the off season, and you know, that was probably our biggest off season we've done. The biggest I got to peak weight in the off season was 315 pounds, which is about 145 kilo. So we definitely pushed it, and you know, I was talking to someone the other day that was doing 2 Five Guys meals a week. You know, so I was spending about 300 quid a month on Five Guys. Yeah, exactly. Because I was going every week and I had 2 off-plan meals. Sometimes I'd do two Five Guys a week. Sometimes I would do a Five Guys and like a Nashville chicken burger or slim chickens or something along those lines. But that's, that's what you got to do when you need to put the size on. And that's after having 6,000 calories of clean food, of literally just rice, potato, beef, chicken, cod, bananas, oats. That's 6,000 calories of that. You need to have top-ups, and you need to, if your weight's just holding whilst having 6,000 calories of clean food, you will have to start to add things like Five Guys in, because you can only take in so much clean food until the body's like, getting tired of this, it doesn't want to move up, and it will just cause digestion issues. So to bump the calories up, that's what you kind of use. Using things like square bars, things like that, more low volume, high calorie stuff. So yeah, we're going to get done with today. And a good video to watch if you are competing or you're new to competing. Luke actually put up a video the other day, which was what goes into your bag for prep. Now he did a really good job of doing that video, so I'm not actually going to do that or document it. I'm just going to send you over to Luke's channel to go and watch it, because it's good and it's very insightful. He is the man when it comes down to planning and making sure he's got everything. He is the man for that job. So you can trust him in that sense, and that's all. That's all the stuff you need for show day, or the day before show day and show day. So he's sent me the list for that, of things I need. So if I filmed it, it'll just be exactly the same video. So just go over to there, Luke's channel, give it a watch. But yeah, we're going to chill out. I've got a bit of, I need to film a reel for ESN. I had a package come the other day, really cool. I messaged my athlete manager, I was like, I'm competing next week. Can I do like an emergency order? So basically where it turns up, it gets delivered before I compete the weekend, and it came yesterday, I think. So that was really cool, really nice of the team to do that, and just be able to, stick an order in with the essentials that I needed for show day, like pumps, whey, what else did I get? Glutamine, a few top-ups on vitamins and health supps. Just things I needed, some things I was low on or ran out of. So I'm going to do a reel for that, post that up today. Training's posted for today, and I probably won't post a physique update now until the show. I did one yesterday, so I think that's probably enough. I post like two physique updates a week, which is probably unnecessary, but just showing the process. If I'm posing 2 or 3 times a day, that's a lot of posing content, so I kind of like to just share that. But yeah, we'll crack on. I might probably have a coffee now, maybe a decaf or something. I'm gonna have a Monster after my next meal, and then yeah, feet up, chill out, get the mind ready, get the mindset ready for tomorrow and the next day. It's been locked in for years. It doesn't really need to be turned on, but there's a little switch you have when shows come around and you want to get into that mindset, that kind of fight mode, because it's a big day, brings everything together. It's an emotional day, it's an emotional roller coaster of a day for sure, and I'm sure I'm going to cry at some point. I know I will, because it's just a lot to take in at once, and it happens very quickly, so it's a bit of a shock to the system. So I'll just accept that and for what it is. But we'll catch up later, guys. Meal 4 going in, guys. Just had another 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C, 1 gram. Another serving of Peak Max, and then we've got, like I said, pretty much the same meal as you saw for meal 2, just a bit smaller in protein. So we've got 100 grams of chicken, which is just the shredded chicken. We've got 150 grams of dry weight jasmine rice with 40 grams of jam. Put some stevia in there as well, so it's like a sweet rice. And then we've got 2 square bars, one of the honeycomb chocolate and then one of the chocolate ones. This is the jam that I'm using, the strawberry conserve. Really, really good, better than normal jam. 1.5 grams pink salt, and that'll be it. So we're gonna get this meal in. I'm pretty hungry, food's going through really well. Feel like I haven't eaten. I'm onto my 4th meal, so that is a really good sign. But yeah, we're just gonna eat this. Like I said, all I need to do for the rest of the day is pack. I've started to get a few things together in my head. I went and did a shop today just to get some square bars, bananas, rice cakes, some Ziploc bags. What else did I get? That was pretty much it. And yeah, so that is meal 4, 2 meals left. So we'll see you for the next meal. Meal 5 going in, guys. It is about 10 to 7. Just been for a in-person check-in with Luke, so he could see what I look like, see how the food is going down. He also checked in for Martin, and then we ran a few rounds of posing. Well, we did 1 round, but we did in total 3 rounds altogether, each of us. So meal 5 going in, we have 150 grams of cod, 150 grams dry weight jasmine rice. I'm gonna have 15 grams of the strawberry conserve, and then 2 square bars, so the chocolate and the honeycomb. You can see the trend is going on today. Also got my last bit of vitamin C going in. I've got about this much water and then about a litre left for the day, which will give me 10 litres, probably over 10 litres today, to be honest, with coffees and my morning shake, my gut shake in the morning. And that's it. Another serving, my last serving of Peak Max as well. So that's gone in. And yeah, another meal going down. The orders are to chill. I've done 4,500 steps today. So I'll probably push that up to 5 and that'll be it. The least amount of steps we can do, the better, really. So that's the plan. I'm all packed, I'm ready. There's just a few things that I need to throw in the morning, because I've still got to use stuff in the morning to prep food. Like the rice cooker, my salt, scales and whatnot. They've all got to go in. So I've still got a list of about 10 to 12 things that I've got to take, but the main things are packed, and we're ready to go. So looking forward to it. Just kind of want to get down there now, to be honest. I'm not a massive fan of this waiting around. This whole week has gone very, very slowly, because you know what's happening at the end of the week, and kind of the hard work's done, to be honest. So when steps get reduced, cardio gets reduced, there's just less things to do, less things to think about. So you're basically doing nothing, or close to nothing anyway. But yeah, tomorrow will be fun. We'll be a bit more busy in the morning, just prepping stuff and making sure that I'm ready to go. And then we're leaving about in the afternoon. So this will kind of be my last personal vlog. And then, like I said, Robbie's going to be filming over Saturday, Sunday. So I'll be able to get some footage for you then, with what's going on. Once he's edited and stuff and send us over raw footage. We might do actually, and then edit ourselves, because obviously me and Luke want to use the same content, but if we edit differently, it will come out a bit differently. So it makes it a bit more personal. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, probably all of today, but I am. It's this is my life, and when you work for something for so long, whatever prep you're in or whatever show you're going for, it's a big moment in your kind of progression. Basically to see where you stand, see what you look like on stage against other people. The last time I really posed with someone was back in 2023. So it's been a while since I've kind of stood next to someone and hit poses and hit shots. And that's where you really see where your strong points are, where your weaknesses are. And that's where you really see what you take into the next off season and what improvements need to be made, is when you're on stage. Like I said, maybe in this video or the video before, it's raw footage. You know, you're up there, nowhere to hide. You know, it's going to show your weaknesses. It's also going to show your strengths and what shots you win. I can't talk today for some reason. Maybe I'm hungry. Yeah, we're going to eat this meal, and then we've got one more meal which is going to go in about 9 o'clock, and I'll chill out for a bit more and go to bed. Hopefully tonight's sleep is good. I've only had one nap today, so because I made sure that I wanted to have a good night's sleep tonight, because tomorrow's going to be a bit more busier with stuff to do and travel and stuff. So hopefully I'll be tired around 10 o'clock and I'll be able to go to bed, and then we'll be up in the morning at 4:30 for fasted check-ins. I'm going to go and meet Luke at 5:30 at the gym for an in-person check-in, so we can see what the plan is and we can set a plan for the day really there and there. You know, instead of doing it over message, it's just easier to have a conversation face to face, and he can actually see in person what I'm looking like. So that's the plan. Meal going down, one more meal to go. We'll see you then. Final meal going in, guys. It is about 9:15, so I'm going to eat this and head off to bed. It's exactly the same as meal one. So 150 grams of dry weight jasmine rice, 30 grams of whey, 50 grams of strawberry conserve, 25 grams of peanut butter, 1.5 gram pink Himalayan salt, and that's us. So I'm going to eat this while I watch some of the Real Bodybuilding podcast. I've got my last kind of just under a litre left, with my sleep from ESN in, so that's good. And yeah, we're just going to chill out for a bit. So that is the day, guys. That is high day number 1. High day number 2 will be exactly the same food, which is why I'm not kind of documenting. There'll be a decision in the morning from Luke on how much we feed tomorrow, literally just based on the look. So wherever I'm full enough, wherever I'm still flat, wherever I need more food, and I'm going to be with Luke all day tomorrow and Sunday, so he'll be able to keep tabs on me, keep looking at me, keep checking, making sure that we are on point. So like I said before, Robbie's going to be filming tomorrow and Sunday, so I'll have 2 or 3 videos ready to go for next week, which I will release once they are ready. So stay tuned for that. Thank you guys for watching the whole of this week, the last 5 days. If you haven't, go back and watch. If this is your first video you're watching, go back and watch day 1 to see kind of the low food and everything. But appreciate everyone's support on YouTube this week and just in general. Thank you again for watching, and we will see you on the next episode.